So what's up, everybody? This is Casey, and with me today is Meising. Meising actually worked with me like how many months? I think 1 year ago, is it?
Yeah,
So
one.
so Meising actually we worked together with Meising 1 year ago to really start from scratch until like we have three babies in terms of 3 branches right now ongoing. So we actually want to get Meising to share with you all what is the how she managed to do that. She's an employee before, and then she quit her job, and then like she started to do this from scratch, and so that she know what is the do and don'ts, what is the things that you really have to take care. So I'm gonna let Meising introduce herself a little bit. So Meising, just share with you what you do now and what is your business specializing in. So yeah.
Hi, thanks, Casey. Hi, my name is Meising. So actually previously I've been doing sales and marketing with a corporate for the past 10 years. So since last year, before August, I actually resigned from the company, and then I start my own business. So how I get to know my business is actually called Verbatoria. So this brand is actually coming from Russia itself. So I took up the brand from Russia, and then now currently I'm actually a master licensee for Malaysia regions. So how I actually approached this brand is because I unknowingly I actually go through the website for this one, and then I got to know about this brand. So this is a brand where you provide kind of services for the clients from age 4 to adults, where they can actually take up this test to do and then to understand themselves better. This is more to the multiple intelligence kind of test. We're using the brainwave activity. So I've been in this business since last year, August, until now. So I already have three licensing, sub-licensing in the regions of Perak, Selangor, and also KL. And I'm actually holding the Penang area.
I see. So I heard you're actually, before you start this, you are working at a corporate, am I right?
Yeah, corporate.
So what do you do that time? What is your position?
I'm actually starting off as a sales rep from the beginning. So I have been in 3 different companies. So mainly doing in life science. So like lab instruments, lab apparatus, and then until the level of become a team leader for a group of people in a corporate MNC company. So I can say that at that time I actually hold a big, a huge amount of salary as well. But the thing is it's actually a 5-figure salary.
Yeah.
So why I resigned from the company is because I want to spend time with my family. Because when you hold a bigger portion of the salary, right, time that you spend in terms of the working time is much more. So that's why I really take up the decisions to resign from the company and then do my own business in order to have more time with my family.
So a lot of people don't dare to make a decision like you. So what really makes you until a point that, yeah, I have to think about this salary part because it's a huge salaries, and then when I start something new, I don't have uncertainties that whether this will work or not. How do you manage that, and how do you really like push yourself to say, okay, let's do it? So what is the things happening that time?
Okay, there is one thing that actually triggered me to think about that is questions from my daughter. So at that time, she was actually around 5 years old. She asked me one question: Mommy, can you actually resign from the company and become a normal mommy only? Instead of going, yeah, she asked me at that time, where she is actually 5 years old, she asked me that questions. And then it actually triggered me to think about that because the time I spent with her is less. And then that's why she actually triggered that questions to me. So when she triggered it, I actually started to think of, should I be spending more time with her? Because she become grown up already. And then they start to have this kind of thinking.
Okay, very impressive. So happy for your girl now. So now Meising actually have twins on the way right now.
Yeah, twins.
Another baby girl and another baby boy right now. So due date is on what? August, am I right?
Yeah, August.
So happy for you. So now the next thing I want to share is, I want to check with you is that, like when you make the decision, okay, you have no uncertainties whether, okay, what is the income next and so. So what is the next immediate things that you do? I know you take up a licensees. You take out the master license from the Wapatora branch. So what is the exact things that you do that time to make sure that your business will really grow? And I mean, if I ask you to advise people who are in the same situation like you that time, what do you advise them to do?
Okay. First day before you actually make up the decisions like mine, actually to resign and then come and then do your own business, right? Of course, you will have some uncertainty in terms of whether this business will be, whether it will become a successful business for you or you become not. So I'm lucky enough to have a support from my husband saying that, okay, if let's say you want to do a business of your own, you just make it as a experiences. If whether the business will be successful or not is actually the things that you can earn from that is you can earn your experiences. No one can actually change that. No one can actually take that up from you because you learn something from there. So that is part of you already. So I took up the risk in terms of doing that because of the support of my husband as well. But of course, you need to look into your savings, whether the savings that you have enough for you to run the business or not. And then you also have to have a support in terms of in case anything happen during the business time, whether the savings that you have is actually enough to support you for the next 6 months or next 12 months. Like for example, currently the situations of this MCO. So you have to have cash flow enough for you to actually handle these situations. So that is one of the criteria that I actually think of when I actually took up this business as well. Second thing is, before I actually took up as a master licensee, I'm holding a normal license only, meaning that the HQ is actually evaluating me whether I'm actually able to do that business on my own. So after 1 or 2 months, they notice me how I actually do the business, and also the time that I spend on the business, and also the mindset I have for the business. You want to make it successful. So that's why they actually changed the contract for me in terms of that. Then I become actually master license for the whole Malaysia region afterwards.
I see.
So they allowed me to do that. So they also evaluating me until now as well. But so far, so good. Yeah. And then I managed to get 3 licenses coming in for them. Then that is one of the things they're actually happy of. Because for them, this is actually quite a new business for them in the Asia region, because at that time, they actually think of to expand to the Asia regions. So I got the opportunity to help them to expand in Malaysia region.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let's talk about mindset. What is the important mindset like during when starting out the time? What is the important mindset that everybody should have? Let's say they are in your current similar situation like you. What kind of mindset they should have in order to be successful like you right now, to starting from scratch?
Okay, for me at that time, right, when I took this up, my mindset at the time is, if I want to take up this business, I want to make sure that it's very successful. I want to make sure that this is my babies that I'm actually taking up. I want to make sure that everything that everything that I've done or everything that I did right is there's no chance for me in terms of failure. Yeah, I don't actually put myself as, because when I start this business, right, I don't put myself in the situations that I think I will be fail in terms of doing this business. I will actually have failure in terms of doing this business. If you started to have this kind of mindset when you start a business, right, you will not be very successful at the end. You will not be able to work very far.
So the key thing is that it's something that resonates with me, because when I was also an employee like for 10 years, and so I roughly get what you say. I think the most important things from what Meising shared is that when you decided to do this, you really have like the kind of mindset that there's no turning back. You just have to make sure this is successful. That's it. Because before you take this up and then you already started to have, okay, it's going to fail, and then it's really going to fail because your mindset is already affecting you. If you don't allow that kind of mindset, like have a space in your head, then the only thing that you think is how to make it successful, right?
Yep. Yeah, like sitting in the cocoon and then you just think about everything that is not going to work for you.
Yeah, so that's actually one very important line to share with everybody right here. Now let's talk about a little bit on the business side. So now let's say someone already decided to take out business, or somebody already starting up, like for those who are watching right now already starting up. What is the most important thing that you think after, okay, I have an idea already, or I have a license or whatever things already, I have some start ideas. What is the most important thing that they need to do as a start? Or even when they're already in business, what is the most important thing they should do?
Okay, for the first thing that I think the most important part is actually the marketing side. So without the marketing, right, you won't be able to actually market your product or market your services to the people that you are, maybe the people that you want to reach out, the target audiences that you want to reach out. Because for example, like me, right, I'm actually coming from a different background. I'm actually in a life science or in a heavy industry background, which is I'm going into the educational level, which my channel of the audience or my channel of the target people that I want to go through is totally different. So the clients that I want to approach is totally different as well. So how I want to approach all those customers or all those clients to engage with my services, everything, right, is actually starting from scratch. So to do so, I need to actually go into marketing. Marketing is actually one of the way that you can go through to get your target audience. So that's why at the end, I actually put out marketing as main thing that I actually do, or the main thing that I actually want to learn first before I start my business.
So there's a lot of people who are still, so you are doing online marketing, because when we come together at the time, like we literally start from scratch, and I asked Meising to prepare, because I know she's coming from scratch and I know she had no idea how to do this. So it's a period that actually I asked him, can you prepare all these things for me so that I can help you better? And so you are doing online marketing at the time, because we are doing that. So for those people who like 50-50 right now, don't know what to do, don't know whether they want to do it or not. Some of them, they think that because I've been doing this for very long already, I'm still okay. So now you want me to change to these online things or new things, and then I don't know whether it works or not. What is your advice to these people, especially during now this kind of pandemic issues and people are struggling right now? Please, what's your advice to them, and what you can share with them?
Like for me, right, previously we did for my previous corporate company, we seldom do any online marketing, and then that's why I don't actually get exposed. Although we do have also is actually the email marketing, so we send out email to those customers. But provided you already have an existing customer base to do those, so but to get those customer base, you still have to pay quite a lump sum of the amount to get in order to get those people to help you to get all those target audiences. So for us, like we actually alone, and then we're doing our own business, right? You need to learn in terms of all those, how to get your target audiences. By doing online marketing and also learn how to do that, you can actually manage to do those. So for example, like using Facebook channel as to one of the channel to get your own targeted audiences, those kind of people. So I think that for me, right, I still think that the most important now, for example, this current period of the lockdown, you are not able to go out. So, and then you are not able to go and meet your customer face to face daily. In terms of that, that will be a limitations on that. So how you can get your own customer audience, although you can't go out, you actually can use those online marketing channel. For example, like Facebook channel is actually the best way to do. And then I still can manage to get some customers in for this period of time, and then we are able to do promotions throughout that, and then they actually engage us in terms of the services as well. Of course, now it's still locked down, but also we promote them, we give them some promotions pricing in terms of that they can actually come after the MCO period or CMCO period. So that is the one of the things that we actually do for them at the moment.
So to other people out there, you really don't have a choice, because you are still 50-50 right now, or 40-60, whatever percentage you are in. You don't change, it's going to die. And I really see a few cases to really happen that way. So hopefully what Meising shared with you, actually it's something that will trigger you to really start doing this. Those who are startup, you're already like 1 foot in your business, even though the MCO just, like, even this pandemic just come in and you're already 1 foot in, you still have to focus a lot on your marketing to make sure your marketing works. That's what our advice to you, because like I said, we worked with Meising together last time, and we literally start from scratch, and you can see her right now doing quite well. It's because we focus a lot on marketing. So that's the key things. The other thing I want to share with you, because you already have families, you have a newborn coming up, you have already have a daughters, and how do you manage the families? How do you manage your time? How do you juggle between the business side, the baby side, and the family side?
One of the thing is, the first thing I think of is actually time management. So when you are doing alone in terms of the business, and then you're holding a master license at the moment, and of course currently I'm not doing one business only. I'm actually involving in another one more business which is started recently, June. So time is actually very important for me now. So of course I still need to spend time with my daughters. You know that current situations that all the schools actually going into the online education. You need to go online studying everything. So that's why I still need to spend some time with her at home, and then helping her in terms of her homework, everything. And then it's like me going through in terms of together we're going into classes, and then help her to learn all those stuff and then do her homework. So time management is very important. So what I did is actually fix in terms of the timing, from what time until what time I need to spend time with her. Then from when to when I need to do my own business. And in the same time, I actually try to manage my 3 sub-licensee in terms of what is the conditions now, follow up with them in terms of the latest status, everything. So from a week, let's say for example, from Monday to Sunday, I actually put up some times in terms of how to manage all these kind of people, and also different group of people as well. So basically when you are at home, right, you do a lot of, you can have more time spent because you are free to actually arrange your own time. So when you are free to arrange your own time, you know that now is the time to do all what kind of stuff, and then what kind of type of things that you need to do, so that you are manageable in terms of that. If let's say for me previously, like when I'm working with corporate company, right, from 8:30 to maybe around 7 to 8, you're still with the company. Yeah, I work more than 12 hours a day previously, and I travel a lot. So that's why I took the risk in terms of resigning from the company. And then it will be triggering me at the point where, because when you have family, it triggered me in the point of whether family are more important or the current work is actually more important for you. So that's why I took up the risk when she threw up the questions to me. And I tried to actually figure out what is more important and then balance up myself. Now, both my husband and also my daughter is very happy now, because they told me that you changed a lot in terms of your emotional part. This is the biggest change. Yes.
So the emotional part is what? So share with us a little about that. So how does it improve? What have you done? So what is the good things right now?
Oh, in terms of emotional part, when you're actually dealing with M&C company, and also you're in sales and marketing, figure is very important. So every monthly, we actually change for numbers. So being one of the top sales in the company as well, or with being top sales in the Malaysia region as well, at that time actually hold 2 years of consecutive years of top sales for Malaysia previously. So being that top sales, you actually have a lot of responsibility on hand. So meaning that whenever that your teammate is not generating any numbers of sales, you have to go and top up for them. So that is the one that you are doing now as a team leader. So at that point, so that's why I actually spend a lot of time in terms of like doing sales, and then seeing customers, and then doing supports for the team as well. So I work more than 14 hours or 12 hours a day at that time. So I actually have less time with her. And then actually most of the time I allowed the nanny to take care of her at that time. So that's why she threw out those questions to me last year, and then asked me that whether I can literally become a normal mommy instead of like working mommy.
Okay.
Yeah, so in terms of emotional part, I changed a lot. So I become more less stressful in terms of that. Although it's on my own business and doing that, but it become more freedom in terms of arranging your own time. And then the emotional part become more balanced in terms of that work-life balance.
Okay. So the other thing I want to check with you is, you see, you're considered actually doing pretty well and pretty fast within like a short period of time. Starting from zeros, quit your job, do this, do marketings, and really grow so fast right now. There are some other people that actually come to me before, and they have been doing this for like, some are 5 years, some are 10 years, some are more than 10 years. They are still one very small, one-man shows or one center or whatever it is. What is your advice, number one, to them or to these people? And what is your advice to them? Like, what's your secrets and what's your advice to these people? Like, they want to grow as fast like you. They just do not know how. They just do not know what went wrong. They've been doing this for 10 years and I'm still like this, still this kind of same thing. So what is the things that is the difference what is the difference between you and them? What is your advice for these people? Just share what's your secrets, and then perhaps they can learn from you a little bit.
For me, right, there's nothing impossible you cannot do, because before I start this educational business, a lot of people that advise me that you are not from this line before, you don't have any experiences in this line before. You are from the sales side, and then you are doing a lot for the university side, or you're doing for manufacturing, heavy industrial side. You don't have all this educational educational background. So it's very risky for you to take up this business. So this is the advice that I got previously before I started the business. For me, right, for the past 10 years, my exposure is from zero to until now. I don't think everything is different. It's just the matter of whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it only. So for me, right, I still take up the challenge. And then I also a person that can accept the risk, meaning that I took up the risk. I will also consider in terms of the risk factor that I'm taking up, what is the consequences that I'll be having in case there is failure, or in case I'm successful as well. So which one do I take? And then I also think of, if let's say I want to take up the business or take up the risk, right, I need to do well in terms of that. That is my challenge. So I took up also in terms of any challenge that is facing in front, I take it as experiences that I will go through. This is only one steps forward only. If I manage to go through that step, I'll be more successful in future. So for me, right, although I'm now almost 40 years old, so I don't think that people should stop learning from there. I also start from scratch in terms of online marketing. I still continue to learn new stuff. So anything that I don't know, the best way to understand it is to ask. So that doesn't matter whether the question is stupid or not. It's just matter that whether you want to ask and then try to understand it. So that's why I ask a lot of people in terms of what is the business side, educational business look like? What should I actually understand of? What are the things that I need to take note of? And then I learn from scratch from there. So for me, right, although educational business is still an education business, but it's still considered as sales and marketing as well. So part and portion of it is still related to my previous work, although the product I'm doing and then although the service I'm doing is different, totally different now, but still it still remain as sales and marketing for me. Yeah. So just you need to use a different mindset in terms of handling the business, because the people that you're handling is different only.
Okay, so for those who listen to you, or I'm sure some of you, they're inspired by your stories, and so some I know who are watching right now, they are actually they have no clue what to do yet. They're seeking for opportunities. I think your current business is you're still looking for licensee, am I right?
Yeah, I'm still looking for the expansions. Yes.
So Meising is still expanding right now. If you watch this video and you resonate with her, so you can actually reach out to her. I think you have a page called Wabatoria, am I right? There's a Facebook page.
Yeah. Yes, Wabatoria Malaysia.
So Wabatoria Malaysia, you can actually search it on Facebook, and then you'll be able to reach out to her. Or if you want to, you can also reach out to me, and then I'll pass your info to Meising. So that's actually what I can share with everybody now. If you are looking for opportunities and you think Meising is the right person that resonates with you, you want to work with her. The last things is okay, just based on your experience and all these things, just give everyone a last word, your thoughts, your opinions, your advice to anyone who are watching this right now. what is your last advice to them? What is your final advice, the ultimate advice for people?
Okay, for me, right, I always believe that the outside world is keep on changing. So for myself, right, if let's say you are listening to that, anyone that can actually endure the change will become more successful in terms of their life. So don't afraid of taking up risks, or don't afraid of taking up selections or any opportunity that you have. And then don't afraid of in terms of making some decisions, because any decisions that you make is also a choice that can go. And then it doesn't mean that the decisions that you make in future, right, will be a bad choice for you. Because for me, right, it actually will give you some experiences, and then the path is actually there, and then you just need to endure it only.
Okay, I hope everybody get the gist of what Meising is sharing. I think there's a lot of info that actually can benefit everyone. So, like I said, I hope these sharings actually can inspire everyone to start taking action, to really go all in. If you believe in something, just go all in to do it. And last things, I'll probably will get Meising to come and share again when she's doing better, and better. Because now she's doing better already. Now she want to become more better. She want to become greater. So I'll get Meising to share again. That time she probably have different experience that she can share with you. And for now, thanks everyone for watching. And I'll see you during the next sharings and